Hi Flosstube and fellow stitchers, I hope you're all keeping well. I'd just like to thank everyone who has kindly subscribed to my channel in the last month. Thank you very much, and thank you for the return of viewers. And today I am doing my August update on work in progress WIPs, new starts, finishes and some projects that I have found along the way as I'm sorting out my stitching finalia. So let's get a grab and let's start with my finishes. Now this one is an old project finish and I thought I'd just show it to you. It is a Celtic symbol and I've done it in variegated, and I've just seen a coffee stain, so I think this one needs to have a bit of a wash. Oh, it's been floating around, but this is a fully finished object that I've done easily 10 years ago, easily. So that's that one. Then this one is a project I finished in 1998. It is from the Victoria and Albert Museum cross-stitch collection. It is the Alfonso Autumn, the Art Nouveau. Let me just show it to you. There you go. Now this was a so-and-so to stitch, but it is really enjoyable. It's got French knots in, which are not my best friends. It's got some long stitches, fraction stitches, but it has come out really well. It's stitched on linen, which I think is either 28 count. I think it's 28, it could be 32, but it's definitely more likely 28 count. And this was one that I bought from QVC. And I think it was a limited edition. I had the summer one. I was stitching it. I put it down to one side and one of my cats at the time decided to vomit all over it. Yeah. So that one head for the waste bin. I wasn't going to clean that up. I can deal with most things, but vomituses is not one of the things I cope very well with. You do laugh at work. People are thinking I'm really considerate having 2 vomit bowls when someone's vomiting, but they don't realise one's for me. Yeah. It's terrible. It really is. Then I have got a finished stitch object. Oh, I don't know what you call this. But I finished stitching it. I started it at the beginning of August. It's July's Cotton and Twine's sampler by the Historic Sampler Company. And this is it. It was a really easy stitch. There was plenty of thread for even when you did the odd frog. I have not run out of any of the threads. And it is absolutely gorgeous. And I just added 2021 on the bottom. I have got an idea of a home for this one, so I'm going to finish it and then it's going to go to a new home. It's nice to give some stitches away, isn't it? So that's that one. Then we have got some new starts. I have got a Halloween start. This is on 16 count Aida Moonglow material. I think it's from Willow Fabrics here in the UK. It is in October's World of Cross Stitching, and it's the 2 Moggies Halloween war stitch. I'll put the details on the screen. I'm terrible for details, so yeah. And the reason I like this is, well, you might have gathered, I like cats. My son likes cats. And I just loved the material. It was so unusual and how it was stitched that I thought, yeah, I'm going to stitch that one for Halloween. I haven't got a Halloween stitch. So yeah, that's that one going. And it's got some back stitching in that to go in at some point. So that's my first new start. Well, I've got several new starts. Then I have got, I showed you this last month. I don't think I started it, but it was gridded. Well, I've got a story about this. This is the Last Supper. It was originally on 14 count. I gridded it. It took me over a week to grid it. And then when I started stitching it, I noticed that some of the grids were out. And I got frustrated. It was so long, it was annoying me. And then I thought, shoot. I put it to one side, went onto the website and I ordered a 16 count easy grid. And this is progress so far. This is just a couple, I think it's just a night's work basically, 2 or 3 hours work, but yeah, that is that one. So you'll see that progress as the year goes on. Then the next new start you have seen before because I videoed me stitching this. So I'm going to show you how far I've completed it. Here you go. That's one panel and I'm starting on to the second, and then I'm going to do all the back stitching and couching when I've done the third, and then I can roll it forward, roll it up the frame and get it sorted. So yeah, and that is really enjoyable. I really enjoyed stitching that. It's really peaceful at night. And while I'm stitching, I have got Audible going or YouTube. So I'm either listening to my fellow Flosstubers, or, you know, when they're talking about their whips and chats, or I am listening more than watching Time Team. And what else do I do? Oh yeah, and as I said, I listen to Audible, and then I have to turn my Audible off so my husband can listen to his Watch Geeks on YouTube. So we're competing for volume because neither of us, because of our ears, can wear earphones at the moment. Right, so the next one I have got is a new start. Now this new start is really interesting. It's also got a story to it. It is I'll show you the design. This is from Heaven and Earth, and it's a Freebie Harmony by Xingshong Quick. This is the artist, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I ordered the 25 count linen, couldn't get on with it. I got easy count linen, so I tried 2/1 on the 25 count, didn't like it. Tried 1/1 and I thought there's not much coverage there, and then I did half stitch and it was all right, but I wasn't quite happy with it. And so I went onto the website and I ordered a 28 count fabric with easy grid, and this is so far I have done this corner, which is a good 3 or 4 hours. I did do some frogging, and I'm using Adobe PDF to do my stitches with, which is good because I can highlight the enlarged stitches, and I can hit highlight and then I can hit strike through, so I know what I've stitched and what I haven't stitched. And if you notice there, I've got the little nutcracker. Keep watching. Nutcracker magnet. He's not staying there for long, but he's just there at the moment so I can utilise him. So that is my Heaven and Earth stitch. I will try and do a stitch along when I can figure out how to get the camera close enough to for you to see what I'm doing. It's bad enough for me trying to see what I'm doing. It's magnifying glass. Stitch, stitch. But it's really good fun. I am enjoying doing it, and it will be, how can I say, a token whether I want to go and do one of the larger ones from them. And I've got most of the silks, quite a lot of them from Stash, some of them are bought, and I've just ordered the rest. So I am committed to doing that. What else have I got? Have I talked about my OOP? Yeah, I've got an OAP in the pile. Now this OOP, Old Abandoned Project, I found as I was clearing out and sorting out my stitching. And I found this folded up with the silks, and I thought, yeah, I will get onto this. Now I think the reason I stopped stitching, and I stopped stitching for a couple of years, was because of my eyesight. I was getting really short-sighted, and it was one of those things that came on gradually that I didn't realise I was getting that way until I was trying to read an ampule to give someone some medicine, and I couldn't read the numbers. I couldn't read the expiry date, I couldn't read anything, and I went, shoot, I need to go to the opticians. So I went to the opticians and I got my glasses. And now I need to basically wear my reading glasses when I'm stitching, and not my varifocals, because there's a pain in the arse. Oops, sorry, I've tried so hard not to swear and I said that. So this is Mythical Dragon by Janlynn. It's on a 14 count. It's got fractional stitches, back stitches, and I think it's got a bit of gold in it. So we'll see how that one goes. I will finish that one. That will go into my rotation. So work in progress at the moment. We have got this from Faye Whittaker's. It's Tiddlers Officer, and I still haven't stitched the little boy, so it doesn't make sense, but I had to frog all this face and restitch it. So I'm now progressing nicely when I get down to sit on it and have a quiet 5 minutes, and I don't want to get one of the big frames out. I just get this out, and that's that one. And the other WIP in progress is my tapestry. I have progressed quite a bit, and I will do some more during September, but it's coming along nicely, and it's in mainly basket weave with the odd, I think here I've had a little bit of transfer, but on the whole, as it's a picture, I'm not too worried. And it is a 40-year-old canvas, so that it's holding up is a good thing. So that is it, I think. Oh no, it's not. I've got some purchases. I love lavender and lace. I have got lavender and lace spring chart. I did get a couple of their copies off Amazon. I weren't impressed with it very much. I ended up buying the proper one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stitch all three these charts, and I will start these. I think I'll start with spring, as that's opened in the spring next year, and see how we go on. So we've got spring and Noel, so hopefully by next Christmas I'll either be starting that or that. because it does take a while to stitch these, doesn't it? I've got a very special new start this month for September. I will have my subscription box start, but this one I am really doing because I have never done a stitch along before, and it's got all the colours and the keys and the fabric in there, and I can't wait for the 17th of September to start stitching. So yeah, so look out for this one. I'll be prepping this and getting ready for that one, and I think that is it. I hope you enjoyed my little whip through and starts and buys and things, and I hope you enjoyed looking at my projects and at my projects so far. Yeah, I have showed you everything, haven't I? I keep thinking I'm missing something, and I'm sure I'm not. So that's all for now. That's all my stitching whips and finishes, and hopefully I might have a full FFO next month. I might have a couple if I finish the Needler. So that is it. I will see you next month with my next whip, but I hope to see you before then with a couple more of my projects and some stitch alongs. So I'll see you soon.